So a few people were interested in my process behind this wallpaper piece, and I figured that a few more might be interested in knowing in general bits and pieces about how digital art works and stuff like that. So I've decided to do this show and tell video, kind of. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look at the making of this piece from start to finish, and I'm gonna try to do my best talking about it at the same time and having a look. And hopefully we can all get away a bit wiser in the end. So here we have it, the final result, so to speak. But obviously when you start out, you don't have everything. You pretty much only have a gray background thing like this. So it can be a hard thing to know where to start. What I usually do is go to the interwebs and find a good reference, which I have right here. What I usually do next is that I draw a quick sketch from the reference. When I have a quick sketch, I start filling in the local colors. So you see, this is just the same color all over, same here. There's some variation here and there that I added on later when painting the lights and shadows. So this is kind of what it would look like after filling all the local colors. Skin, obviously one color, the hair, the purple part of the suit, this part, the black things, and all different materials that have the same color. You just fill in that one color and you move on from there. What I did next after filling in all the local colors was cleaning up all the layers with the sketch turned off, looking at the reference at the side and just cleaning up all the edges and especially the silhouette. When I have my local colors and all the layers are cleaned up, the real work begins. And that's, in my opinion, the most fun part, the shadow and the light painting. And what I used to do is I would copy up the local colors and adjust it in any way I wanted with the hue saturation function, and then apply a layer mask and start painting in the lights and darks. And I would usually start with just a normal soft brush and opacity at 50% and obviously brush sensitivity. And then I would go down in opacity the further I progressed and do small details. So this is how the shadow layer looks for the suit, and if we apply the light we get the finished look. And this is just looking at the reference on the side of it and painting what you see, and really looking at all the details and shapes and color variations and all that. And the process from there is just rinse and repeat for all the layers. And if we're painting details like the nose, for example, it can be hard to know where to put it, and this is where the sketch comes in handy. You can just put it on and have it guide your strokes. So I said that I usually just copy up the layer and apply a layer mask and use the hue saturation adjustment tool to paint light and shadows. This is not how I do things currently because I found another way that's more comfortable and it gives you more control in my opinion. And the other way has some other drawbacks that I noticed as well when it comes to especially the outlines. You can get something like this with a light edge. So let's have a look at this other method. So what I would do is I would just have the local color and apply one of these. These are just the adjustments you have up here, but you can apply them like this directly to the layer and adjust on the fly. And the important thing to know here is this little button, which clips the adjustment to the layer beneath it. And that's how you avoid the ugly edges that you get from the other method, because then you stack layers on top of each other, and if you have soft edges, they're gonna see through each other, and you're gonna get ugly edges that you have to fix. But this way you don't have to do that, and you get the layer mask automatically, and you can just start painting. So when I was finished with all the lighting and shadow painting, I decided to do the background, and I found this reference of the tattoo that she has on her arm, and I thought that it was pretty cool and it would be perfect to use for my background. So I imported it and scaled it up to the size that I wanted. But I didn't like the text because I knew I would apply a blur filter and have it in the background. So having a bunch of blurry text barely visible in the background would just be annoying. So I took some freedom there and made it like this. And after that, I simply just did some fixes here and there, just to clean things up and to make it work with the background a bit better. And finally, some small changes to the exposure and the overall balance of the image. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I am thinking about making time-lapse paintings in the future, so keep a lookout for that. I hope you learned something. Uh, hopefully you did, and have an awesome day.